नमस्कार. जय श्री कृष्ण. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर, श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा. Enunciating text 9, text 10, text 11 and text 12 of chapter 21, conversation between Manu and Kardama of third canto, the status quo of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 9. सतम विरजमर काभम सितपद्मोत्पल स्रजम स्निग्ध नीलालक व्रात वक्त्राब्जम विरजो अंबरम. Kardama Muni saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is free from material contamination in his eternal form, effulgent like the sun, wearing a garland of white lotuses and water lilies. The Lord was clad in spotless yellow silk, and his lotus face was fringed with slick, dark locks of curly hair. Text 10. Kiritinam kundalinam shankh-chakra gadadharam श्वेतोत्पल क्रीडनकम मनोह स्पर्श स्मितेक्षणम. Adorned with a crown and earrings, he held his characteristic conch, disc and mace in three of his hands and a white lily in the fourth. He glanced about in a happy smiling mood whose sight captivates the hearts of all devotees. Text 11. Vinyasta charanambhoja mama sadeshe गरुत्मतः दृष्ट्वा खे अवस्थितं वक्षः श्रियं कौस्तुभ कंधरम. A golden streak on his chest, the famous Kaustubha gem, suspended from his neck. He stood in the air with his lotus feet placed on the shoulders of Garud. The descriptions in verses 9-11 of the Lord in his transcendental eternal form are understood to be descriptions from the authoritative Vedic version. These descriptions are certainly not the imagination of Kardama Muni. The decorations of the Lord are beyond material conception, as admitted even by impersonalists like Shankaracharya. Narayan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has nothing to do with the material creation. The varieties of the transcendental Lord, his body, his form, his dress, his instruction, his words, are not manufactured by the material energy but are all confirmed in the Vedic literature. By performance of yoga, Kardama Muni saw the Supreme Lord as he is. There was no point in seeing an imagined form of God after practicing yoga for 10,000 years. The perfection of yoga therefore does not terminate in voidness or impersonalism. On the contrary, the perfection of yoga is attained when one actually sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his eternal form. The process of Krishna's consciousness is to deliver the form of Krishna directly. The form of Krishna is described in the authoritative Vedic literature Brahma Samhita. His abode is made of Chintamani stone, and the Lord plays there as a cowherd boy and is served by many thousands of gopis. These descriptions are authoritative, and a Krishna's conscious person takes them directly, acts on them, preaches them, and practices devotional service as enjoined in the authoritative scriptures. Text 12. Jata harsho apatan murdhana kshitau labdha manorathah girbhistvabhya grunat priti swabhavatma kritanjaliha. When Kardama Muni actually realized the Supreme Personality of Godhead in person, he was greatly satisfied because his transcendental desire was fulfilled. He fell on the ground with his head bowed to offer obeisances unto the lotus feet of the heart. Lord. His heart naturally full of love of God. With folded hands, he satisfied the Lord with prayers. The realization of the personal form of the Lord is the highest perfectional stage of yoga. In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where yoga practice is described, this realization of the personal form of the Lord is called the perfection of yoga. After practicing the sitting postures and other regulative principles of the system, one finally reaches the stage of Samadhi, absorption in the Supreme. In the Samadhi stage, one can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his partial form as Paramatma or as he is. Samadhi is described in the authoritative yoga scriptures such as the Petanjali Sutras to be the transcendental pleasure. The yoga system described in the books of Patanjali is authoritative, and the modern so-called yogis who have manufactured their own ways, not consulting the authorities, are simply ludicrous. The Patanjali yoga system is called Ashtanga Yoga. Sometimes impersonalists pollute the Patanjali yoga system because they are monists. Patanjali describes that the soul is transcendently pleased when he meets the super soul and sees him. If the existence of the super soul and the individual is admitted, then the impersonal theory of monism is nullified. Therefore, some impersonalists and void philosophers twist the Patanjali system in their own way and pollute the whole yoga process. According to Patanjali, when one becomes free from all material desires, he attains his real transcendental situation, and realization of that stage is called spiritual power. In material activities, a person engages in the modes of material nature. The aspirations of such people are first to be religious, second to be economically enriched, third to be able to satisfy and gratify their senses, and at last fourth to become one with the Supreme. According to the monists, when a yogi becomes one with the Supreme and loses his individual existence, he attains the highest stage called Kaivalya. But actually the stage of realization of the personality of Godhead is Kaivalya. The oneness of understanding that the Supreme Lord is fully spiritual, and that in full spiritual realization one can understand what he is. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Kaivalya, or in the language of Patanjali, realization of spiritual power. His proposal is that when one is freed from material desires and fixed in spiritual realization of the self and the super self, that is called Chitta Shakti. In full spiritual realization, there is a perception of spiritual happiness, and that happiness is described in Bhagavad Gita as the supreme happiness which is beyond the material senses. Trance is described to be of two kinds, Sampradnyata and Asampradnyata, or mental speculation and self-realization. In Samadhi or Asampradnyata, one can realize by spiritual senses the spiritual form of the Lord. That is the ultimate goal of spiritual realization. According to Patanjali, when one is fixed in constant realization of the supreme form of the Lord, one has attained the perfectional stage, as attained by Kardam Muni. Unless one attains this stage of perfection, beyond the perfection of the preliminaries of the yoga system, there is no ultimate realization. There are 8 perfections in the Ashtanga yoga system. One who has attained them can become lighter than the lightest and greater than the greatest, and he can achieve whatever he likes. But even achieving such material success in yoga is not the perfection or the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is described here. Kardam Muni saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his eternal form. Devotional service begins with the relationship of the individual soul and the Supreme Soul, or Krishna and Krishna's devotees, and one who has attained it for him there is no question of falling down. If through the yoga system one wants to attain the stage of seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face, but is attracted instead to attainment of some material power, then he is detoured from proceeding further. Material enjoyment, as encouraged by bogus yogis, has nothing to do with the transcendental realization of spiritual happiness. Real devotees of Bhakti Yoga actually accept only the materialistic necessities of life, all absolutely needed to maintain the body and soul together. They refrain completely from all exaggerated material sense gratification. They are prepared to undergo all kinds of tribulation, provided they can make progress in the realization of the personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare